Finally, let's talk about the custom section. So this section allows you to import manually your textures and apply them to a shader. So there is 3 variations for this custom section. The first variation is whenever you have a custom name and there is nothing selected. The second one, if there is no name and there is a material selected. And the third one is there is a material selected and there is no name. Let's explain one by one. If you just import your textures, let's say this one, albedo, roughness, and the normal. If you just hit this button or this one, it's not gonna work because there is no name or there is no material selected. So if you give it a name and nothing is selected, this is the first variation, and you hit create and it's gonna create a material inside the matte context. If you go to the material context, and you will find your shader here. The second variation is whenever you're inside the material node and a material is selected and a name is given and you hit create, it's gonna create a material in the same location as the one selected. The third one and the most interesting one is whenever you wanna override this material, so the links inside the geometry will not gonna be broken. So if you, let's say, select the branches and this is textures for this material, and if there is no name here, select create, it's gonna ask you if you wanna override your selected material. Let's say yes, and so it's gonna create the same naming of the material inside the same location. And for the leaves, let's try to make the leaves leaf and select your textures. Translucency, there is an opacity map, a normal, and there is no displacement. So select your material, no name, create. We want to create a two-sided for the leaf. Yeah. And of course we haven't lose the connection between the material. Yeah, it's working. If you render it, there is another feature I wanted to highlight inside this custom section, which is if you go up and highlight the terrain, I wanted to import the textures. Terrain, base color, roughness, normal, and the displacement. As you can see, this is a Mari UDIM, and of course, as you can see, there is like, I don't know, 9 UDIMs per texture. We need to give it a name, like so. Terrain, material. Whenever we hit create, it's gonna create a material inside the material context, and as you can see, it's gonna create UDIMs and give it a proper color space. If you render it, before we render it, we need to go back to our terrain, select the material and assign it. If you render it, it's gonna work, but I guess the displacement is, the range is not the correct one. -0.3, maybe less to the displacement range and put it 0.2. After that you can just look at it, and let's try another example. You can just here inside Arnold, you can just go to the displacement. The height is 0.3 or something like that. Finally, let's try to shade the Megascan asset. This is a rock imported from Bridge, and yeah, this is the asset. Now as you can see, there is no shade materials applied, so we're gonna create one. So we need to try material engine with Megascans. So let's firstly import the textures of this rock. For this asset we do have a base map and a roughness map. Also we do have a normal map and a displacement one. So let's try to import them one by one, and let's create the shader. Let's give a shader a name so it can be created inside the material context. As it might be seen, the shader is already created, and we need to change the range of the displacement map. I know for some reason whenever I import a Megascan asset, I usually shift the range of the displacement map for a minimum of -0.5 to a maximum of 0.5. Thank you so much guys for watching, and see you in the next tutorials. If you have some questions, or I don't know, if you wanted to contact me, if you have any bugs with Material Engine, just contact me. I'll be more than happy to help. And yeah, take care of yourself. Speak soon. Bye bye.